This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Okay, so Rich of Review Tech USA claims he wants to interview me on his podcast. No, I have no interest in being on any podcast, especially because you explicitly say in your cheer you want me to basically talk about my side of the story. There's no side of any story. There's no drama going on. There's nothing that's anyone's fucking business, honestly. So no, I'm not going on your podcast. You want to go to drama cast, you can do it to your fucking self and leave me out of it. Alrighty then. Let's see. So anonymous $5 tipper says, I think Rich really wants you on his podcast. I do too. I think Rich really wants me on his podcast. I don't think Rich is really gonna have me on his podcast. I don't care about Rich's podcast. As I said many times over the years, Rich is a drama queen. Rich will talk nicely about you when it benefits him, and then he will talk shit about you when it doesn't. He will constantly cover drama, because that's all he does, that's all he gets attention for. He doesn't do gameplay, he doesn't do anything like that, he's just drama, drama, drama. I want nothing to do with Rich and his drama. All he's going to do is ask me about personal shit that I'm not going to talk about on his fucking podcast. So, no, I'm not going on his podcast.
Rich is a whore. I'm sorry. Rich is a whore.
I have another $3 anonymous tip for someone still talking about Review Tech as if I'm going to give a fuck. No, I'm not going to talk about him at all, so you're wasting your time and your money. But I do thank you for the $3 tip regardless.
Fuck! What the fuck? It didn't do anything. I hate this fucking lag, dude. Bullshit.
I parried! It's timed because of the lag. I timed it perfectly and then it hit late. The move actually hit late because of the lag. Lame. How do I know I timed it perfectly? Because I'm good at this game and you're not, Solo LM Slayer. That's how I know. You know, I've been playing this since it came out in arcades, and you're just someone sitting in a stream chat criticizing the person playing. So, there you go. That's how I know.
I am a former professional fighting game player in the capacity, not that I did it for a living. I was a high-level tournament player, 4th place at EVO, top player of Street Fighter 2 that year overall in the country. And then after that, years I had won, qualifiers, various qualifiers for EVO, and, done pretty good in tournaments overall in Street Fighter 2 over the years.
Now Solo LM Slayer is trying to stroke his E-dick. He says, you don't know who I am. I play the game more than you do. Ah, okay. All right. Show us your many accolades, please, sir. Show us who you are. Reveal your true identity to all of us. Remove the mask, because it was me, Austin. It was me all along. What the fuck are you talking about? So, if you are a content creator and you want to try to get someone on an interview or a podcast or a stream, or you want to get another content creator involved in your stuff, what is the best way to go about it? I'll tell you. As someone who's been 11 years in the business, you contact them via the business email and or the way that they are supposed to be contacted and ask them behind the scenes if they'd be interested. You don't go on their stream in the middle of a fucking regular nightly stream, a weekly thing they do, and throw a cheer at them asking for them to be on a podcast. You want to know what that is? Drama. It's called, I went on Phil's stream, I offered to be on my podcast, and he declined. So, no. What happened is, you didn't even contact me properly, you wasted my fucking time, and you tried to put me on the spot for drama purposes. I don't play that game, I'm smarter than you, and I'm not going to do stupid shit like that. So, that's what I mean, like, there's so many ways you could professionally go about doing something, but then people try to do drama shit like that. I don't play that game, you know? Maybe, if I had been contacted behind the scenes at some point about that, I would have considered it, but now there's no way I'm considering it, so. Think of it this way. Imagine if I ran a restaurant, and a reporter walks into my restaurant and says, oh, would you be on my show, or would you let me interview you for the show right now, drop everything you're doing? No! I'm in the middle of work. What the fuck are you doing? You want to, write me an email, send me a letter, call me, let me a voicemail, do something officially to ask for something. Don't just fucking interrupt what I'm doing and say I'm gonna drop everything for you. What the fuck's your problem? But again, it takes common sense. A lot of people don't have that, especially the drama queens don't have common sense, so I'm not surprised.
Rich is a whore. I'm sorry. Rich is a whore. That guy is such a two-faced fat piece of shit. He pisses me off. Like, I seriously hate people like that are so fucking dishonest and two-faced and will do anything to make a fucking nickel. He's disgusting.
What was that? I just saw you gonna give me a kick. Why did you give me a kick? Nothing I can do. I parry, I do my move, it drops the move. I parry his move, he did cancel super. I do Shoryuken, the game gives me low kick. I didn't even fucking press kick. The game sucks online, dude. I hate Third Strike online. I told you, that's why I don't like playing that fucking guy. It's not fun playing him because I can't never get my fucking moves out or anything. Let me see if I can find Kekken.
All you can taste is salt.
Okay. Alright, guys, I'm tired. I gotta get out. This is a long ass night. That's enough wins for me. Alright, guys. Good stream this week. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys had fun. Thanks to everyone who contributed. We actually went up a lot of subs tonight from what I saw. I'll do a final sub count here. We went down. What the fuck? We actually went way up, and now we went down again. I guess maybe it evens out. I don't know. Alright, guys. Thank you to the top cheerer. Review Tech USA. Gee, thanks a lot, Rich. I'm not coming on your show ever. When you tip me, those are funds I can use immediately for important stuff. And the next week, I have a game I have to buy in Neo 2. I have payments I have to make. As we approach the middle of the month, a lot of payments pop up for me. In particular, now tax season and everything. There's tax payments I have to make around the middle of the month. So, your tips help with that. Because those funds can be used for that immediately.
Ayúdame, por favor. Es muy importante.
It was actually Snoutfoot who cheered to get stuff started today. Thank you very much, Snoutfoot, for the very first cheer of the stream. And he says,
Smoke weed every day.
very nice. You forgot the hey, 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 hey before the smoke weed every day, but that's acceptable. Either form is acceptable. So thank you, Snoutfoot. Alright, someone named Violent Ken tipped me $10. He says, Rich got his ego broken in half and was butthurt over 9,000 for Phil It Was Friday. That's absolutely right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure some people will be talking about this today, even though in reality it's nothing interesting at all. It's not news. But you know how people want to make drama and controversy and over-dramatize stuff. So, here's what happened. Last night, I'm here on my stream. I'm playing Throwback Street Fighter. Okay, I'm having fun. You know, I always do. Once a week, I play Throwback Street Fighter. And we have a good time doing it, okay? So I'm playing Throwback Street Fighter. And all of a sudden, Rich from Review Tech USA, which is hilarious because the guy doesn't fucking review tech anymore. All he does is drama videos. Comes on my stream, does a 1,000-bit cheer to try to get my attention, okay? And he says, Phil, I want you to come on my podcast, man. I'm doing a podcast. I want you to come on my podcast now. And we want to get your side of things. So let's get you on the podcast right now. And I'm like, so, first of all, I'm in the middle of my Street Fighter stream, okay? And I'm like, having fun, and everyone's having fun, right? And I'm like, why would this guy, first of all, come on my stream like this and do this like this, right? If you're a professional and you're interested in having someone on your show, okay, here's what you do. You contact the person behind the scenes, right? Whether it's maybe you send a tweet, maybe you send an email to the registered business address, or maybe you send a personal email, because I have an address, darksidephil@hotmail.com. Everyone knows this. I'm not a hard guy to reach, all right? And you say, hey, I got a proposal for you. I'm interested in having you on my show, and here's what we'll talk about, and yada, yada, yada. All that stuff, okay? That's the way you go about it, okay? It's common sense, and it's also common courtesy, right? You don't just come into someone's already scheduled live stream and say, oh, will you be on my show? I need you on my show. Let's talk about it. Let's derail your whole fucking stream right now to talk about my content, okay? No, that's not how you do it. It's actually insulting, and it's a slap in the face to do it that way. It's very unprofessional, okay? So that's number one. So maybe if Rich had come to me outside of a live stream and had talked to me behind the scenes about it, we could talk a little bit about it and see how we could go about it, all right? We be adults about it, you know? See how normal people act. Number two, I know all about Rich. I know about his content, all right? This guy used to be a guy who used to make very meaningful YouTube videos. He used to do a lot of technology reviews, and he used to actually play games and review them. He used to do all this stuff back in the day. For the past, 5, 6, 7 years, all he does is drama videos. That's it. Like, all he does, oh, here's the news today, and I talk about the news, and I spin it, here's my take on the dramatic of the news, and it's garbage. It's fluff. I've talked about this many times over the years. It's fluff content creation, okay? There's no meaning behind it. All it is meant to stir up drama. This guy has made many, many videos about me over the years that are not nice videos. The guy tries to delve into my personal shit constantly whenever he feels it benefits him.
Rich is a whore.
Okay? That's how he is. That's the kind of guy he is. And it's funny because there have been times over the years that he's been nice to me. And the next thing you know, oh, let me do another negative video on Phil because it's a slow news day. So let me talk about, he's done stupid things like, Phil's YouTube is falling apart and what's going on, man? It's like, what are you talking about? It's complete nonsense, okay? It really is. It's complete shit. And that's why I don't pay attention to any of it, okay? I don't pay attention to the nonsense. I ignore it. This guy has been an asshole to me many, many, many times over the years. And he thinks that just because, all right, just because he comes into my stream and cheers, that I'm just going to forget all about that right? I'm going to forget about, oh, you know, the 5-6 years you've been a complete jackass to me. And I'm just going to forgive that and say, oh, because you cheered, yes, let me go on your podcast. In addition, the hilarious part about this, tell your side of the story. What story? There's no fucking story going on. Anything that you're making up or fabricating, it's your horseshit, controversial nonsense you're doing for your own fucking benefit. You're using stuff going on in my life that's none of your fucking business for your personal benefit. You're a scumbag, okay? You are. You're a scumbag. You take people's plights, you take people's bad situations, and you turn them into dramatic, toxic content for your own channels and streams, and you think that that's something that's beneficial to the planet. It's not. Nothing you do is beneficial to the planet. All right? It's toxic garbage. It doesn't belong on YouTube. It doesn't belong on the planet at all. It shouldn't exist. All right? What I do, what I strive to do at my streams every day is something positive and fun. I play a game. I share that experience with people. We have fun conversation. That's productive. That's constructive. Every day, I get people coming by and saying, Phil, thanks for distracting me from the crappy nonsense going on in my life right now, because we had a good time on stream today. We enjoyed a game. I got to see you play, whatever. You know? That's, that's the kind of stuff that I put out there. That's what I focus on. That's what I want to create. If anything, there'll be a ton of toxic people saying shit about me forever, but at least I'll have a legacy of fun content and positive content that people can watch on the internet forever. All right? That's the kind of guy I am. I didn't leave a giant cesspool of fucking shit because all I do is talk about drama every day and get into other people's business to make personal benefit for myself. So, fuck no. I would never be on Review Tech USA's fucking podcast. In no fucking instance whatsoever would I ever waste my time on that. I'm far above it. I would never, you know, it wouldn't benefit me in the least. Some people say we give you exposure. Yeah, toxic exposure to a group of people who are only there to basically make fun and be disgusting. And by the way, even if Rich said something positive about me, in a moment's notice, if it would benefit him, he would flip it and turn it and make it negative again just to shit on me for his own personal benefit. That's the kind of person he is. That's the kind of person he's always been on YouTube. It ain't gonna change. So I'm not that fucking ignorant to think that that's, you know, anything's gonna change just because he decides to want to interview me. So, no, I'm not going to be on his podcast. I'm not going to talk to the fucking guy. If the guy would leave my name out of his mouth, it would benefit the planet way better, but we all know that ain't going to happen because all he wants to do is talk about me in a negative way to bring in views for himself.
Because he's a greedy fuck with no talent.
So, there you go. No, I'm not going to be on the podcast. And so people are like, why is Phil so upset? I'm actually not. I'm not upset at all, but, you know, people want to talk about stuff like this, like, oh, you really missed an opportunity. There was no opportunity. These people are parasites. These are people who want to latch on and be toxic because it benefits them, right? That's the only reason. Oh, I want you to come defend yourself. Defend myself against what? There's literally nothing going on. You are in the midst of a controversial situation you created amongst the whole disgusting, toxic community out there that does none of anyone's business, has nothing to do with anything, has nothing to do with my fucking streams, and I don't need to talk about it all.
So fuck off. In fact, just fuck off in general. Just don't exist. Seriously. Go away and stop making content, and guess what? You'd affect nothing in any negative way whatsoever. The world would still keep fucking turning tomorrow. Alrighty then.
Golden Colt sent me $1. He says, fat ass slob piece of shit. Well, I don't know who you're referencing. Certainly, I didn't say anything like that at all. I would never criticize anyone's physical appearance. Ever. At least in the modern era, especially with Twitch's, you know, terms of service and everything.
Rich is a whore. That guy is such a two-faced fat piece of shit. He pisses me off. Like, I seriously hate people like that are so fucking dishonest and two-faced and will do anything to make a fucking nickel. He's disgusting.
I have every right to criticize the level of content someone puts out and trying to get me involved in that kind of content. But I would never say anything like that to anyone. So, thank you for the tip, but I don't disagree with that. I don't agree with that sentiment. Excuse me. Crapcock cheer. And he says, fuck that guy, he's your polar opposite. He spreads negativity while you instill positivity. I do my best, and listen, I fully understand that I'm not a perfect person, and yes, sometimes I spread negativity, even though I don't mean to do it. A lot of the times I get way too worked up about a game I'm playing, or, you know, especially if I'm playing a fighting game, and I get angry, or if I'm playing a game that I feel is a ripoff, or, you know, I'll get angry during a gameplay or whatever. Yes, I'm not perfect, I make mistakes, it's, you know, I wholeheartedly 100% admit that, okay? But
I've definitely matured a lot when it comes to gaming. I was Mr. Rage, right?
In general, what I try to do every day is do something positive. Put out a stream, like I told you guys, a stream where you guys can escape the stress of your real life, all the annoying shit going on in your real life, and come here to just kind of hang out and have a chill vibe, right? You want to relax and say, oh, I had a good time today on Phil's stream. Now, I came to Phil's stream and it was full of drama and insults and everyone else's fucking business and making fun of people. That's not what it's about for me. You know, I'm way more mature than that. I'm way past that. I've been creating content on the internet for over 11 years, and I've grown a lot in that time. I don't want to do that kind of toxic shit. I want to do something that's productive, that people feel like they get something positive out of on a daily basis, right? I want to leave a legacy behind of positivity, not a legacy of disgusting toilet juice, like some of these other content creators do. So, you know, that's, for me, that's my focus. And I hope that people get that out of my stuff. I really do. Okay? The Donald tipped me $1. He says, what's the best insult you've ever used? Shit. The best insult I've ever used is probably just telling the truth. And that's all it takes sometimes. Because there's so many people on this planet that sugarcoat shit. There's so many people on this planet that refuse to see it like it is and say it like it is and tell the truth. And I've taken a lot of shit in my life for being a truthful person. I've gotten in trouble at work, at jobs I've had. I've gotten in trouble in school. I've gotten in trouble, every authority figure ever. Like, oh my God, Phil said that? Yeah, I said what was actually going on because no one else will fucking say it. And someone has to, because you're all pussies. You know? Someone has to do it. If you're going to take the brunt or whatever for doing it, I'll do it. You know? I firmly believe the reason why I had some issues with jobs in the past, like, for example, one time I worked at Best Buy, and they wanted us to have a business team where we were going to sell servers and networking and all this stuff to small business owners. They didn't give us any resources to do so. They didn't allow us to attend business mixers. They wouldn't even make us business cards so we could hand them out to customers. All they had us do was stand inside the store and sell computer shit like a normal associate who worked at Best Buy. But then, listen to this, they were expecting us to qualify and study and get high-end networking training. They were actually having us take online courses to learn how to do, like networking, to build an office of networked computers. And I'm like, why are we doing this? We're never going to sell this shit because, number one, we don't carry any of it in store. Number two, because you won't let us network. You won't let us go out there and tell the people that we even exist. So you're having me study off of the time of the clock, by the way. Not when I was clocked in working. Having me study and do online courses and shit for networking, something I will never do in this job because the management of the company is asinine, doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just basically throwing money at a wall, not knowing what the fuck they're doing, and they expect that this business team is just going to sell, you know, $10,000, $20,000 transactions overnight when we don't have the product in the store and no one knows that there's a business team at Best Buy. You know, it's really stupid. And I was very vocal about this. And ever since I started speaking up about it, they tried to get rid of me, and eventually they did. They kind of framed me, claiming that I violated the store's store discount policy to get me out of there because they didn't like someone speaking up and exposing them for their ineptitude. Okay? And by the way, what did they do? They got rid of the whole business team. They just got rid of it. About 2 years of launching it, they completely just got rid of it. And anyone who stayed with the company just went back to being like a line-level associate selling computers. Everyone else, you know, either got laid off, like, you know, or fired or whatever. So that's what I mean, but I do this all the time. That's the kind of person I am. And it gets me in trouble. You know, it does.
But that's the best insult you can use is to tell someone to their face the truth and they just weren't ready for it. Because they've been so lied to or they've been so had their ass kissed. You know what I mean? That finally they get the truth and they're like, oh my God. You don't have to go out of your way to insult someone. You don't have to fucking, you know, pull all the stops or nothing. Just tell them something that they don't want to face the reality of, and that will hurt them. Well, not hurt them, but that will make them be shocked more than anything else.
Okay, continuing on. Snow Carl took $1. Have you heard of the term Freudian slip? Yes. That was the time when Sigmund Freud slipped on a banana peel. He flew across his psychologist's office, hilariously, and they got it on film. And that was the birth of slapstick comedy. That's correct. Thank you, Goat Snow Carl, for the $1 tip. I actually have no idea what you're referencing. Probably something I said earlier, and I said it wrong, and then tried to correct myself. But I have no idea what that's referencing.
I need more money. I need more money. Yo, I do need more. Slip of the tongue, Freudian slip. I do need more money, but I need more information on that game if you want me to play. Freudian slip.
Cousin Sven cheered. He says, no harm intended. You claim to have thick skin. Others say you have the thinnest skin on YouTube and Twitch. How on earth do you think I could have the thinnest skin if I'm here after 11 years with all the shit that people have said and done to me? You know what I mean? All the things people have made up. How could you say I have the thinnest skin? That's insanity. I mean, who would say that? Who would say I have the thinnest skin? That doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know. Anyway, Aguilar Torres cheered and said, how does it offer to have Gordon Ramsay comment on the detractors? What? I'm not sure what you mean, Aguilar Torres. Thank you for the cheer, but that went right over my head. Lebensraum? How the fuck do you say that? Lebensraum. What does that mean? Maybe I should look that up before I put that on the leaderboard. The territory that a state or nation believes is needed for its natural development, especially associated with Nazi Germany. What was the concept of Lebensraum? Living space. A principle of Nazi foreign policy. Alrighty then. See? That's why I looked this stuff up. I'm not stupid. Alright, well, I would like to say thank you for the $21 tip, because that is a very generous tip. It is the biggest tip of the day. But you used the Nazi term in your name. Therefore, I will not put you on the leaderboard. Instead, I will give you the proper terminology, a nice big L. There you go. There's your nice big L. But thank you for the $21 tip regardless. What did they actually have to say? They said, yeah, you should take this money peasant. See, it's an insult too. They call me a peasant. Wow. Well, I don't know who the real loser is here. But I just received $21 and you got exposed. So thanks for the 21 bucks. Next time, try a little harder. Someone tipped me $1 trying to give an example of how I have thin skin. Alright? I'm not going to address it specifically. Alright? But basically, here's what they're saying. Oh, whenever someone brings up something, alright, on your stream, you ban them. No, that's not true.
Fuck you. You're a liar.
Here's the truth of the matter, alright? When people come on my stream and they reference things specifically that detractors are talking about that I'm not talking about on my stream because it's none of anyone's business, and personally I have nothing to say about it, and then they come in here and they directly reference it over and over, they will get moderated and banned. It's that simple, okay? You're in my personal shit. It's none of your fucking business. The reason you talk about it is because it's dramatic, it's controversial, it's drama, it's toxic crap. You're like the TMZ of the fucking internet, you're an immature little shit, and you want to talk about people's dirty laundry, right? So, if you come on my stream and you derail it with that shit, it's directly against the rules. Derailing the stream is against the rules. You'll be banned. If you talk about things detractors are talking about, you'll be banned. It's in the rules. This is not having thin skin. This is maintaining positivity and control of a stream so that people will enjoy the stream and we don't talk about stupid, controversial, toxic shit all day. You wouldn't understand that because you have the brain of a fucking pea and that's all you do is you talk about toxic shit all day because you're a moron. So thank you for the $1 tip, moron.
I have incredibly thick skin.
Golden Nobles did a 510-bit cheers. Have you listened to Lil Uzi's new album? Dude, I have been rocking that shit nonstop. That thing is on constant loop. Whenever I'm not streaming, Lil Uzi is blasting up in my pad. Are you kidding me? That is my shit. I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? No, I haven't listened to that. Alright, Frog, it's seriously, isn't it ironic Project 7 was actually an accurate description of being a YouTuber, locked in isolation with being forced to play games? I mean, yeah! In reality, sometimes you kind of have to maybe think a little bit about it, and think maybe if that was my subconscious kind of coming out a little bit and saying that's kind of how I felt a lot of the time.
Phil stole fan donations that went towards a Project 7 reboot. Now what I did, we just pocket that. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. By eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.